Welcome viewers to the Personal Injury Law Show. My name's Tony Carbone. I'm a personal injury lawyer of over 25 years experience. With me tonight I've got Don Maffia, a partner in a law firm in transport accidents. Good evening, Don.
Good evening, Tony. Good evening, viewers.
And a lawyer in transport accidents in a law firm, Anna Hall. Good evening, Anna.
Good evening, Tony. Hi viewers, lovely to be here.
Tony, what's in the news?
Viewers, there's been a lot of stories in the news in the last couple of weeks, but in particular there's this story that's very close to all our hearts. A young fellow in Colorado was texting on his phone when he's got onto the other side of the road, rolled his car and killed himself. Anna, what can you tell me about this? Well,
it's very tragic circumstances, but I think it really is amazing of the family to release this this SMS to the media to show, you know, the final moments and what impact something like sending an SMS can really have on someone's life in the event that you're driving and can't concentrate on the road.
Don, this message said, "Sounds good, my man. See ya soon, TW, whatever." Bang, he crashes his car.
Yeah, Tony, another unfortunate incident caused by distraction on the roads. Mobile phones, these smartphones have just become a nuisance to drivers. You should not text and drive. It's simple as that, Tony. I mean, he didn't even finish his message. And as a result of all that, unfortunately, he's no longer here.
Well, viewers, my view is this. We've been regulated in every way whatsoever. I think mobile phones should be banned completely on the road. This is a good opportunity, Don, I think, for them to give us their Facebook views and also Twitter, because I want them banned. I've been guilty of, you know, nearly having a massive accident myself.
I think we all are, Tony. I mean, there are distractions. I mean, you can get every access to your own emails, SMSs. You even now with the new iPhones, you can get Google Maps and all that. That just becomes such a distraction. Just put away your phones and concentrate on what you have to do, is driving. You'll get to your destination, you'll get to the person you need to speak to. Exactly. Whereas in this case, unfortunately, he didn't.
Yeah.
And Anna, it's only a split second, isn't it?
It is. In this instance, he'd actually been sending the text, looks up and steers away, and it's in that moment that he's just, you know, ruined. His life's now gone and he's ruined the lives of his family as well, so it's very sad.
Not to mention how many other people he could have killed in the process.
Oh,
anyway, let's keep moving. There's this article about extreme obesity, the new normal. Don, do you remember the old ads of Norm be, Life Be In It?
We were just discussing that before the show, Tony. What happened to Norm, the Life Be In It shows? I think it was in the 1980s they brought him out. I think we need to educate the community about obesity. It's all of a sudden become and appears to be normal to be obese, which shouldn't be the case, Tony.
Anna, the thing is this, there's an enormous amount of diseases and other conditions that arise from excessive weight, diabetes, stroke, heart attacks.
That's true.
Viewers, we did an episode recently. We had a professor from the Baker Institute talking about obesity and all the complications that arise from that. But also we had a viewer that sent in a letter, and his name was Noel McGrath. He's written quite a few books about this issue. So I think you should go to our website and just look at the links, and we might even have a chat to Noel McGrath in due course. Thanks for your letter, and keep watching. Now, there's another interesting story about a newlywed who was jailed after killing her fiancé. Anna, what's your take on this?
Oh, this is a very sad situation. Now, the facts of this one are that the woman who's been charged had been married for 3 months to her husband, and was drink driving, had a blood alcohol reading of 0.77, and had an accident on the way home, and killed her husband in very unfortunate circumstances. So it's just a reminder that people can be, you know, injured on the roads, no matter what their relationship to. Someone that close to you can be injured so quickly. So it's.
Don, she got a 12-month jail term. Is that appropriate?
Well, there'll be two sides to it, Tony. Of course, one can say, well, no. I mean, it's not appropriate. 12 months for someone's life is definitely not appropriate. But then you look at the other side and you say, well, Tony, hold on. She's lost her husband, and she's got to live with that for the rest of her life. Isn't that enough of a sentence? So you've got to weigh it up, Tony. And I think in this case as well, the judge said, well, look, I had to do it pretty much. I have to give you a jail term.
As a deterrent?
As a deterrent, because you just can't go out there and get completely drunk and drive. As simple as that. So look, Tony, I think very hard. I mean, at the end of the day, she's got to live with this for the rest of her life. She killed her husband.
All right, Anna, let me throw this at you. Assuming this wasn't her fiancé at the time,
yes,
and it was just a stranger, she wouldn't have got 12 months, would she?
Oh, it's hard to speculate. You don't know the circumstances of each case, but certainly, as Don said, the impact on her will be forever onwards in her life because she no longer has the husband that she'd married 3 months earlier due to the drink driving. So
I still believe that if this had been a stranger and we didn't have the fact that she's already suffering because she's lost her future husband, she probably could have got 4 years for that, which I still think is not enough in view of the fact that anyone that gets behind a wheel, Don and Anna, knows that if you're intoxicated, you can kill someone.
But I think,
Or
Tony,
severely maim them.
I think, like Anna said, you have to look at the circumstance. I mean, does she have any prior history? I mean, this case here, at the end of the day, she's still got a jail term as well. And look, the judge even said it. He had to give it to her for a deterrent. And I think that's the right attitude for a court to have these days.
But Anna, the TAC have spent millions and millions of dollars trying to educate the community in relation to drink driving and driving under the influence of drugs and just general carelessness. I mean, surely we can't condone and tolerate, even in circumstances similar to this, can we?
no, we certainly can't condone it, but the unfortunate fact is that it has happened. The court's made a sentence, and I think the court's made the decision appropriate to these circumstances. So,
Don, I think it's the right decision anyway. We could debate this all day long.
think we could.
I'll probably end up copping a lot of Twitter hits on this one, and
Definitely.
probably who knows what other hits I'll get. But I'll keep moving. Don, child hurt in motorbike crash. What's the circumstance of this?
This is a disgrace. This is a motorcyclist, with a pillion passenger who's a child, hits a car. So he goes through a give way sign or stop sign, hits a car, child falls off, he's unconscious. He picks up the child, Tony, puts him on the bike and drives off. No ambulance, doesn't stop at the accident. No one knows what's happened to this child. Like, that is a selfish act from that driver. I can't believe anything like that would happen in this day in society.
Just shows you how stupid some people can be,
yeah,
don't you think?
it's horrible, horrible facts.
So, have they determined who this person is, or are they still trying to work?
As far as I know, that's we haven't heard, but that is just appears like just gone on, and no one knows what's happened to the child.
So this child could have subtle brain injury, it could have anything, correct?
Yeah, we don't know. We never know whether this child made it to hospital or whether an ambulance was called subsequent. We just don't know.
And Tony, we did it recently. We did it in one of our TAC updates where we spoke about a case where the child had a subtle head injury, and it wasn't picked up about the extent of the head injury until in his adult years.
That's
so
extraordinary.
I think in this case, just, if you're at fault,
Own up to it. You've got to look at the long-term consequences to the child.
That's right. It's a selfish act. We've got to be selfless, look after the child and take it to hospital and get the treatment that the child needs.
Viewers, if we can shed any light on what happened with this case, we'll keep you updated in the future. Anna, State School of Hard Knocks. There's been an increase in the number of legal costs and also damages payouts in schoolyards.
There has, Tony. This article is talking about the amount of payouts that have changed. From 2008, it reports that there was approximately $13,000 paid out in compensation to students who had been injured at school. And in 2012, that figure has risen up to nearly $1 million. So it's a big change.
Something's obviously not going right. Don, we've got to go to a sponsors break. What are we going to be doing after the break?
All right, after break, we're just talking about transport accidents, and we're going to talk about 4 scenarios, Tony. Whether a road rage incident, whether the Black Saturday fires, which we'll talk more, whether an enraged cow incident, and whether a drive-by shooting all fall within a definition of what we call transport accident in Victoria.
Viewers, stay tuned.